Hi, good morning everybody. So now my dear students, today we shall start our new chapter, New Kings and Kingdoms. Okay. So now my dear students, in this chapter we will read about the new emperors and the new kingdoms that were formed by them. Okay. So just like we will read about Rashtrakutas, the Pala kingdoms, the Cholas kingdom, the Shunas dynasty. Okay. So we will read about them. Okay. So now let's start. Many new dynasties emerged after 7th century. Map 1 shows the major dynasties in different parts of the subcontinent between the 7th and the 12th centuries. Okay, so now my dear students, this is the map which is showing the all the main dynasties of 7th to 12th century. बेटा 7वीं शताब्दी से लेकर 12वीं शताब्दी में जितनी भी डायनेस्टीज हमारे देश में हुई थी वो सभी की सभी यहाँ हैं. Now we will read one by one. Okay, so now see, this is the Indraprasth. Okay, and we all know that in the ancient time Delhi was called as the Indraprasth. Okay, now this is the Shamanch. Okay, now this is Gurzara Pratihas. Okay, in the region of Maharashtra. Okay, or we can say Madhya Pradesh. Okay, and these are, this is Chandel dynasty and this is Prayag. Okay, Prayag dynasty, and this is Banaras and this is Kanauj. Okay, now and this dynasty is very much strong, powerful, richest dynasty of the southern India. Okay, the Rashtrakutas. Okay, now this is the Kalinga, and I hope you have read the story of the Kalinga war that Ashok had fought. Okay, now the eastern Chalukyas, the Gangas, the Utkalas, the Palas, Praharpur, Kamarpur. Okay, and now this is the Arab of the Multans and the Arabs of Manchura and the Nartha. So one thing is common in all these territories and all these dynasties, beta, that all the kingdoms are situated on the banks of river. Like, see, the Indraprasth is on the basis of Yamuna river and on the bank of Ganga river. Same as Kanauj on the Ganga river and Yamuna river. The Gurjara Pratihas are on the Yamuna river and on the Chambal river. Okay, now see, the Narmada river, the Parmarars are situated on the banks of Narmada river. Okay, now Utkala is situated on the Mahanadi river. The emergence of new dynasties. By the 7th century, there were big landlords or warrior chiefs in different regions of the subcontinent. Existing kings often acknowledged them as their subordinates or samantas. They were expected to bring gifts for their kings or overlords, be present at their courts, and provide them with the military support. As Samantas gained power and wealth, they declared themselves to be Mahasamanta, Mandaleshwara, the great lord of a circle or a region, and so on. Sometimes they asserted their independence from their overlords. Okay, so now one such instance was that of the Rashtrakutas in the Deccan. Initially, they were subordinate to the Chalukyas of Karnataka. In the mid 8th century, Danti Durga, a Rashtrakuta chief, overthrew his Chalukyas overlord and performed a ritual called Haryana Garba, literally the golden womb. When the ritual was performed with the help of Brahmins, it was thought to lead the rebirth of the sacrifice as a Kshatriya, even if he was not one by birth. So now, my dear students, what in the 7th century was going on, there were many big landlords और दी वॉरियर चिप्स जो बहुत बड़े क्षत्रिय थे भाई, जो बहुत बड़े जमींदार थे वो थे. एंड व्हाट दे वर डूइंग, दे वर टेकिंग rich gifts, a healthy amount of money to the king, and to get that much closer to the king, वो बेटा उनके साथ राजा जो थे उनके लिए बहुत बड़े गिफ्ट लेके जाते थे, पैसा लेके जाते थे और उनके लिए बहुत कुछ और भी लेके जाते थे, जिनसे राजा खुश होके उन्हें अपने दरबार में जो है दे देता था और वो राजा के करीब हो जाते थे। जैसे वक्त आगे बढ़ता था वो राजा के करीब होने के साथ साथ वो अपने आप को क्या घोषित कर देते थे, वो अपने आप को महासमानता घोषित कर देते थे। ओके, एंड दे वर गिवन द टाइटल ऑफ महासमानता और मंडेश्वरा एज दे आर कॉल्ड द ग्रेट लॉर्ड, वो और वो अपने आप को भगवान मान बैठते थे, जिस रीज़न से वो बिलोंग करते थे, क्योंकि वो उनको अब राजा के दरबार में जगह मिल गई है, तो वो अपने गांव में, शहर में या कस्बे में जहाँ से भी वो थे, वो उस जगह गांव या कस्बे के क्या बन जाते थे, भगवान बन जाते थे, और उन्हें क्या कहा जाता था, समानताज कहा जाता था। ओके, नाउ एक ऐसा ही एक इंस्टेंस 750 एडी के आसपास इन दी मिड 18th सेंचुरी में हुआ था। जो राष्ट्रकूटा डायनेस्टी है ये साउदर्न में है, आई टोल्ड यू, और यहाँ पे बहुत सारे रिचुअल्स बनाए जाते हैं, मतलब जो बहुत सारे जो रिचुअल्स हैं वो परफॉर्म किए जाते हैं यहाँ पे विद द हेल्प ऑफ ब्राह्मण्स, और ब्राह्मण्स उनकी हेल्प करते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल दे परफॉर्म्ड हग, दे परफॉर्म्ड worship of different lords like Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu. Okay, so now all these things were led by the Kshatriyas with the help of the Brahmins, and even the person who were not Kshatriyas by birth, if they also perform these kinds of activities in the Rashtrakuta, so they also performed these, and the Rashtrakuta chief overthrew his Chalukya overlord and performed a ritual called Hiranyaya Garbha, literally the golden womb. When this ritual was performed with the help of Brahmins, it was thought to lead the rebirth or sacrifice. ठीक है, तो जो राष्ट्रकूटा चीफ थे वो पहले दांती दुर्ग थे और उन्होंने एक बारी चालुक्य डायनेस्टी को ओवरथ्रू कर दिया और एक रिचुअल, एक परंपरा उन्होंने चलाई। उस परंपरा का क्या नाम था, हिरण्य गर्भा। ओके, नाउ लेट्स रीड नेक्स्ट। सो इन द अदर केसेस men from enterprising family used their military skills to carve out kingdoms. For instance, the Kadamba, Morishraman and the Gurjar Pratihara Harichandra were Brahmins who gave up their traditional profession and took to arms, successfully establishing the kingdom in the Karnataka and Rajasthan respectively. In the 7th and the 8th century, beta, the people who were not the Kshatriyas by birth and they were not having any kind of military skills or any kind of weapon skills, but by birth they were Brahmins. So what they did, they also left their personal hereditary ancestors activities of performing havans and pujas, and they took the weapons and gave a new dynasty to them. उन्होंने अपने आप को एक नया जन्म दे दिया, उन्होंने क्षत्रियास को फॉलो कर लिया, क्षत्रियास के कल्चर को, ट्रेडिशन को उन्होंने फॉलो कर लिया और उन्होंने मिलिट्री आर्मी ज्वाइन कर ली। वहाँ पे जाके उन्होंने मिलिट्री के स्किल्स और वेपन्स के स्किल्स को सीखा। ओके, एंड फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक दे सक्सेसफुली एस्टेब्लिशिंग किंगडम्स इन कर्नाटका एंड राजस्थान रिस्पेक्टिवली। राजस्थान और कर्नाटका में बहुत सारी ऐसी जगह, ऐसी प्रोविंसेस हुई, ऐसे किंगडम्स बने जो जहाँ के राजा पहले ब्राह्मण्स थे लेकिन बाद में क्या बन गए, वो क्षत्रिय बन गए, बिकॉज एट दैट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम क्षत्रियज वर ट्रीटेड एज अ हायर क्लास, ओके, एंड द पावरफुल क्लास। नाउ द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इन द किंगडम, एज वी ऑल नो दैट, like if we have a administration system, then we also have if we have a kingdom, then we also have the administration process. Okay, so now we will read about the rules and regulation, the disciplines and the decisions and the administration policies of the kingdoms. Many of these new kingdoms adopted high sounding titles such as Maharaja Adhiraja, the great king, overlord of kings, Tribhavana Chakravartan, lord of the three worlds, and so on. Okay, like at that period of time, beta, the द किंग्स ऑफ द ग्रेट किंगडम्स, उन्होंने अपने आप को बहुत सारे नामों से संबोधित किया, जैसे कि महाराजा धीराज, द ग्रेट किंग, ओवरलॉर्ड ऑफ द किंग्स, द किंग्स ऑफ किंग, द त्रिभुवना चक्रवर्ता, मतलब तीनों संसार के स्वामी. ओके, हाउएवर इन स्पाइट ऑफ सच क्लेम्स they often shared power with the Samantas as well as the association of the peasants, traders and Brahmins. और इसके साथ साथ वो अपने नाम को फेमस बनाने के लिए, अपने नाम को और भी ज़्यादा पावरफुल बनाने के लिए, जो समांतास थे, जो उनके करीबी थे, जो उनके दरबार में थे, और यहाँ तक कि जो किसान, व्यापारी और ब्राह्मण्स थे, उनकी भी एसोसिएशंस करते थे, मतलब उनको भी अपने साथ में रखते थे. ओके, इन ईच ऑफ दी स्टेट्स resources were obtained from the producers, that is, peasants, cattle keepers, artisans, who were often persuaded or compelled to surrender part of that what they produced. Sometimes these were claimed as rent due to a lord who asserted that he owned the land. Revenue was also collected from traders. Now, beta, the resources for the kingdoms were came by the hands of artisans, weavers, traders, and merchants, and the farmer class. Okay, like what they produce by their own hands, they have to give some amount of that to the king, and also they had to pay the tax. So in this way, the resources are manufactured into products, and revenue is also collected. Okay, so these resources were used to finance the king's establishment as well as for the construction of temples and forts. They were also used to fight wars, which were in turn expected to lead the acquisition of wealth in the form of plunder and access to land as well as trade routes. The functionaries for collecting revenue were generally recruited from influential families, and positions were often hereditary. This was true about the army as well. In many cases, close relatives of the king held these positions. So beta, the amount that was collected as a revenue and the products that were being made by the peasants, cattle keepers, farmers, all they together were used to make forts and temple. वो भवन निर्माण के लिए और मंदिरों के निर्माण के लिए यूज किया जाता था, and sometimes they were also used in the to fought fights in the battles. वो युद्ध में भी यूज किए जाते थे. ओके, नाउ द फंक्शनरीज फॉर कलेक्टिंग रेवेन्यू वर जनरली रिक्रूटेड फ्रॉम इनिशियल फैमिलीज, एंड पोजीशंस वर ऑफन हेरिडेटरी. लाइक बेटा कि उस टाइम पे क्या होता था कि जो भाई जिसको जो पद पहले मिला हुआ है वही पद उसके बेटे को भी मिलेगा. बाय चांस अगर किसी की डेथ हो जाती थी, कि सपोज लाइक इफ सेनापति इज डेड, द हेड ऑफ द मिलिट्री आर्मी इज डेड, देन हिज ओन सन और हिज सन इन लॉ will become the head of the military army instead of his place. Okay, so just like that, if a finance minister was dead, तो उसी फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर का ही बेटा फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर बनेगा. उस टाइम पे ऐसा भी होता था. और सम टाइम की अगर राजा की तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, तो जो राजा के करीबी रिश्तेदार थे वही राजा की गद्दी पे बैठ के शासन करते थे जब तक राजा ठीक नहीं हो जाता था. ओके, नाउ प्रशस्तिस एंड लैंड ग्रांट्स. So Prasthis contains details that may not be literally true, but they tell us how rulers wanted to depict themselves as valiant, victorious warriors. For example, these were composed by learned the Brahmins who occasionally helped in the administration system. Okay, now some of the land grants and the prasastis also given by the king to the Brahmins that they वर्शिप फॉर देम. ओके, लाइक कि जो ब्राह्मण उनके लिए पूजा वगैरह करते थे, तो दान में उनको जमीन वगैरह दान में दे दी जाती थी. ओके, किंग्स ऑफन रिवार्डेड ब्राह्मण्स बाय ग्रांट्स ऑफ लैंड. दीज वर रिकॉर्डेड ऑन कॉपर प्लेट्स विच वर गिवन टू दोज हु रिसीव्ड दी लैंड. और जब राजा जो ये थे ब्राह्मण्स थे, इनके काम से खुश होते थे, तो बेटा इनको ज़मीन भी दे देते थे, और ज़मीन के ऊपर कुछ खाने पे कि जस्ट लाइक डेट दे ग्रो द व्हीट, ग्रेन, राइस एक्सेट्रा. एंड these are the copper plates on which the decision of the king were made. At that time there were no pen, no page. Okay, so the records were being maintained on the copper प्लेट्स. ओके, यहाँ पे राजा के डिसीजंस को लिखा जाता था. ओके, like unusual for the 12th century was a long Sanskrit poem containing the history of kings who ruled over Kashmir. It was composed by the author named Kalhana. He used a variety of sources including inscriptions, documents, eyewitness accounts and earlier histories to write his account. Unlike the writers of Prasastis, he often used critical about rulers and their policies. So at that period of time, beta, every ruler and in every kingdom there was a poet, and the poet used to write about the social, religious, and economic society of the kingdom, and he also composes many poems in the regard of the king. Okay, in the 12th century. Okay, and in the 12th, the language used for writing poems and the books were Sanskrit language. Okay, now warfare for wealth. You may have noticed that each of these ruling dynasties was based in a specific region. At the same time, they tried to control other areas. Okay, one particularly prized area was the city of Kannauj in the Ganga Valley. For centuries, ruler belonging to the Gurjara, Pratihar, Rashtrakutas and Pala dynasties fought for control over Kannauj because there were three parties in this long draw conflict. Historians often describe it as the tripartite struggle. Okay, so like that, beta, the Rashtrakutas, the Pala dynasty and the Gurjar Pratiharas, all three dynasties always try to get the control over the Ganga Valley because the land and the kingdom around the Ganga Valley was really beneficial and fruitful to them, so they always try to get capture over it, the Ganga Valley, the city of Kannauj, but they were never became सक्सेसफुल. उनको हमेशा हार का ही सामना करना पड़ा. सो कौन कौन की डायनेस्टीज थी? दी गुर्जरा प्रतिहार, राष्ट्रकूतास एंड दी पाला डायनेस्टीज. ओके, and all three they were called as the tripartite struggle. So as we will see, page number 62 to 66, ruler also tried to demonstrate their power and resources by building large temples. So when they attacked one another's kingdom, they often choose to target temples which were sometimes extremely rich. You will read more about in this chapter 5. As I told you, in the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 centuries, the great kings built many temples in the devotion for their devotee, and like as the temples at that period of time was a symbol of class, standard, power and the richest king. Okay, so like that, when they whenever they attacked each other cities, so the first attacked on the temples, as temples were being treated as the symbol of wealth, कि ये कितना ज़्यादा पैसा होगा. Okay, now one of the best known of such ruler is the Sultan Muhammad Ghazni. I hope you have read his story. Sultan Muhammad Ghazni came from Afghanistan. He ruled from 1997 to 1030 and extended control over parts of Central Asia and Iran and northwestern part of the subcontinent. He raided the subcontinent almost every year. His targets were wealthy temples including that of Somnath, Gujarat. Much of the wealth Muhammad carried army was used to create a splendid capital city at Ghazni. मोहम्मद गोरी हर साल हर देश में आक्रमण करता था, और उस देश में जितने भी मंदिर होते थे या कोई और भी स्थान होता जहाँ पे ज्वेलरी जस्ट लाइक गोल्ड, सिल्वर कॉइन्स वर असेंबल्ड, ही कलेक्ट ऑल दीज money and took away with him. And one of the famous attack of Sultan Muhammad Ghazni was on the attack of the Somnath temple in Gujarat. Okay, Sultan Muhammad was also interested in finding out more about the people he conquered and interested a scholar named Al-Bruni to write an account of the subcontinent. The Arabic work known as the Kitab al-Hind remains an important source for historians. He consulted Sanskrit scholars to prepare this account. Okay, like the book, who is the author of the book? Kitab al-Hind. Bruni. It is written by the Al-Bruni, and it is the book that it contains the stories of the Sultan Muhammad Ghazni, and he is attacked on the various temples and various cities, okay, like the people he conquered, okay. All the story of the life journey of Sultan Muhammad Ghazni is recorded by Al-Bruni in the book called Kitab al-Hind, okay. Now, other kings who engaged in the warfare included the Chamnas, later known as the Chauhans, who ruled over the region around Delhi and Ajmer. They attempt to expand their control to the west and east, where they were opposed by the Chalukyas of the Gujarat and the Gandavals of western Uttar Pradesh. The best known Chaman ruler was the Prithviraj III 60, and he ruled from 1168 to 1192, who defeated an Afghan ruler named Sultan Muhammad Ghori in 1191, but lost to him the very next year in 1192. Okay, so now my dear, every kingdom, whether it is Chauhans who ruled the Delhi and Ajmer, they also wanted to expand the territory and their boundaries to the west, but also they were opposed by the Chalukyas, okay, so they were never successful. One of the greatest ruler of the Chauhan dynasty was the Prithviraj Chauhan. I hope you have heard the story about Prithviraj Chauhan. He ruled from 1168 to 1192, and he defeated a great ruler Sultan Muhammad Ghori in 1191, and in the 1192 battle he lost him and he died, okay. Beta, the meaning of sultan term is the in it is an Arabic term meaning ruler. ये शासक को कहते हैं Arabic language में, okay. So in the next videos we will read about more about this chapter. Thank you.